There's a place in Antarctica where ice, older than human history, is slowly giving way. It's not just melting, it's shifting, groaning, and breaking apart in a way that feels almost unnatural. This ice isn't just a frozen wall. It's a record of Earth's past, a silent witness to time, and now it's showing signs of stress, like a body that's been pushed too far. The ice is behaving in ways that defy models, in ways that suggest it's reaching a tipping point. And if it does, the consequences won't be just for Antarctica. They'll ripple across the world. This isn't just about science anymore. It's about what we're willing to do, or not do, to prevent a future that's already starting to unfold. We've seen the warning signs. Now we have to ask ourselves, what will we do when the ice finally breaks? And what will we be left with? The Norwegian Nye Ice Shelf is a massive, ancient glacier that has stood for thousands of years. Its ice stretching over 200 kilometers across Antarctica. It is one of the largest and most stable ice shelves on the planet, but now it's showing signs of distress. What we're watching is not just melting. It's a slow, creeping collapse. The ice is thinning, breaking apart, and retreating into the ocean at an accelerating rate. Scientists are tracking these changes with great urgency. The ice is not just melting from the top. It's melting from the bottom as well. Warm ocean currents are eroding its base, weakening its structure, and making it more prone to sudden, irreversible breakage. We're not just talking about a distant, far-off problem. The ice shelf is part of a delicate global system, and its collapse could trigger a chain reaction that affects entire ecosystems, coastal cities, and millions of people worldwide. Every day that passes, the ice shelf becomes more fragile. The clock is ticking, and the warnings are clear. This is not a distant threat. It's here, and it's happening now. This isn't some far-off disaster. It's happening now, and it's already affecting the world's weather, oceans, and people. Every degree of warming brings us closer to a tipping point. And once it's past that point, it's not something we can reverse. We don't have to be experts to know that the ice is melting. We just have to look around at the rising seas, the storms, the droughts. The ice is not just melting, it's collapsing, and that collapse will reshape the planet in ways we can't yet imagine. This is not a distant threat. It's a present reality, and it's already changing the lives of people all over the world. In the late 1980s, satellite data first hinted at the slow, silent retreat of the Nye Ice Shelf. Scientists noticed cracks forming and ice thinning, like the first signs of a body giving way under unseen pressure. By the 2000s, the pace had accelerated. Icebergs were breaking off more frequently, and the shelf was losing mass at a rate that defied previous models. The ice, once stable, was now shifting with alarming speed. Since then, the ice has thinned by over 30 meters in some areas. The shelf is now a patchwork of unstable sections, with some parts collapsing into the sea while others hang by a thread. The Nye Ice Shelf is not just melting, it's unraveling. And as it does, it sends a warning that the entire West Antarctic ice sheet may follow, with consequences that could reshape our world. Imagine a giant, frozen wall that's been standing for thousands of years. Now, it's starting to crack and fall apart, and it's happening faster than anyone expected. This wall is made of ice so thick, it's like a mountain. But it's melting because the ocean and air are getting warmer. It's not just melting, it's breaking. We can't see this happening in real time because it's so far away, but the signs are there. Scientists are watching closely, trying to understand how fast it's falling apart. This isn't just about a place far away. It's about the future of the planet. The ice is melting, and with it, the stability of the oceans we all depend on. We have the chance to slow this down, but we need to act now. Every degree the planet warms is like a step closer to losing this wall, and everything it holds. The Norwegian Nye Ice Shelf is a vast, ancient structure of ice. stretching over 1,000 kilometers. It has endured for millennia, shaped by the relentless forces of wind, ocean, and time. Beneath its frozen surface lies a hidden world of meltwater lakes, trapped within the ice, and a complex network of rivers that carve through the glacier like veins. This ice shelf is held in place by the weight of the ice itself and the surrounding ocean's pressure, but its stability is now under siege from a warming climate. The ice shelf acts as a dam, holding back the massive inland ice sheet that flows toward the ocean. If it breaks, that entire system could begin to collapse. The setup is both simple and terrifying. A structure that has endured for thousands of years is now on the edge of a change that could reshape the planet's future. Once the ice shelf starts to thin, cracks form like fissures in the skin of the Earth. These cracks are not just lines on the surface. They are pathways for warm ocean water to seep deeper, where it begins to melt the ice from below. As the ocean water flows into these cracks, it acts like a slow, insidious hand, eroding the base of the ice shelf and weakening its structure. The ice that once held the shelf together begins to lose its grip on the seafloor. The ice shelf is a massive, frozen wall that has stood for thousands of years. But now, this wall is being undermined, one crack at a time. The weight of the ice above shifts, and the structure begins to bow under the pressure. As the ice shelf loses its stability, the edges begin to lift. The ice that was once grounded on the seafloor now floats, and the shelf becomes more vulnerable to breaking apart. This is the start of collapse. The collapse doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow, inevitable unraveling. But the moment it begins, it will accelerate. The ice shelf is not just melting. It's being pulled apart by forces we can't stop. The ice shelf is not just a frozen wall. It's a delicate balance of pressure and gravity, held together by forces we barely understand. But beneath the surface, the ice is shifting, the layers bending under their own weight, creating fractures that spread like cracks in glass. What makes this even more alarming is that the ice is not just melting. It's also being pulled apart by the ocean, like a hand tearing a sheet of paper. The ice shelf is like a safety net for the glaciers behind it, and once it goes, the glaciers will flow into the ocean unchecked, accelerating the collapse. The ice shelf is not just a wall of ice. It's a vast, slow-moving structure, shaped by forces we can barely comprehend. It's like a frozen river stretching for kilometers, held together by a delicate balance of pressure and temperature. Beneath the surface, the ice is melting at an accelerating rate. Sensors embedded in the ice record temperatures that are rising, signaling a loss of structural integrity that is happening faster than models predicted. These changes are not just physical. They are signs of a system in distress. The ice is thinning, the shelf is retreating, and the feedback loop is already in motion. Scientists are racing to understand the full scope of what's happening, but the data is clear. The ice shelf is no longer stable. It's on the brink of a collapse that could reshape the entire region. The science is unambiguous. The ice is dying, and if we don't act now, we may never stop the consequences of what's to come. Imagine a giant ice shelf, like a massive frozen wall holding back the ocean. It's not just thick, it's ancient. Layers of ice built over thousands of years, each layer a memory of the climate that shaped it. Now, imagine a slow, silent crack forming in that wall. It starts small, like a hairline fracture in a glass window. But over time, it grows. A slow, inevitable breaking point. This isn't a hypothetical. It's happening now. The ice is thinning, the cracks are widening, and the ocean is waiting. It's not just about the ice, it's about the world it protects. We can't stop the ice from breaking, but we can slow it down. We can choose to listen, to act, to remember that this isn't just a distant threat. It's a present danger. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.